Think about your life, my friend. Think about your life. Think it over. What is the point of your life? To build a career? Huh? To pay a fucking mortgage? Or just walk the whole road down to hell and back and to heaven through the purgatory? Like a Dante Alighieri with his very loyal friend Vergilius, huh? Searching for Beatrice. Huh? We all gotta search for love in one point. You see? Not money, my friend. Love. Yeah. Or maybe some kind of a witty, victory soul. You gotta search for life. You gotta keep moving, because once you die inside, you die. The freedom is not to give a single fuck. You see, they talking about in US, in Europe, how they are liberated, how women are liberated, how there is a sexual revolution, everything, technologies. No. It's not a liberated world, it's not a free world, it's a dictatorship of technology. You see? Here you are liberated. Here you are liberated. This revolution can come out and change the disgusting paradigm and self-destroying, I would say, based on cannibalistic modus operandi, disgusting evil system or lifestyle or paradigm of the life in Europe or in America, in USA. You gotta come from the place like here, where people still don't forget how to live, how to feel. People in USA, people in Europe, they don't know how to feel. They fake their emotions. They copy it on Netflix, on TV, they pretend. You know who are Americans? They behave like the TV tell them to behave. There is not there. They are paralyzed caricatures of human beings, American people. People from USA are caricature of the human beings. They don't know how to behave, how to feel, how to act natural. They always playing something, they got a mask. And they are all pathetic, broken assholes inside. Chasing the fucking money. And that's what's killing them, that's the poison, you see? These stupid imbeciles don't get it. These Americans don't get it. I tell you the story. I was 6 months in Florida. And I was going to this Cubano cafe sometimes, because the American coffee is disgusting. And I saw this woman coming there and picking up the go-to-go food, because that's what Americans do. First thing when I arrived to America from Canada, I saw a restaurant, and even the chairs were like, half. They were like removed from the tables, so nobody can sit. And I said like, hey, can I have a chair? Can I sit here? And they say, sit? You wanna sit in the restaurant? I say, yes, that's what the restaurants are made for. And she says, we only give takeaway. Yeah. And behind me there was a guy, he says, excuse me. He got his box of fucking food, he jumped into the fucking car and he drove home. Then he turned on the TV, unpacked his food, chewing that fucking shit. I never ate such a disgusting food like in USA. And then he probably take fucking revolver 38 and he blow his fucking head off. But the food was perfectly packaged, professionally. Americans, they just drive their cars, go buying a takeaway, eating alone and going to work. That's the triangle. Shopping mall, pick up the food, home and work. Home, work and driving. They live in the car. And I was in this restaurant. I said, "Hey, can you please give me a chair?" And I sit next to. I want us to eat, you know. She was like, "It's very unusual, but we bring you one chair." So I was eating. It's true based story. I was the only one with one table and with one chair. And I was like, "Where are the people? Why nobody sit next to the other table? We talk, we share the moment. Americans don't know how to share." And then I was in this cafe where time to time people drop by and a little bit sit. But one day I'm there again, alone on the bar drinking coffee, and here comes the woman. She's like 70, maybe 65, early 60s, and she pick up the sandwich, some coffee, and they having a small talk with the owner, which were, I think, Cubano immigrants, but maybe the man, the husband was American, the wife was here 50 years, like they were Americanized. And the woman, the client, in the early 60s, who was picking up the food, had a small talk with the owner's wife. And she was like, "Hey, how is it doing?" "Oh, it's great." And she says, the client, the customer woman, she says, "It's great. We just bought in Boca Raton new great condo for cash." Wow, wow, wow. And she did like, "For cash, you see? Not for loan, we bought it for cash. And we're moving from the old house to the right away, bought for the cash place." And she was like, "Hey." She was, "You see, that's what Americans do. They always talk about money and they face China. But you know what happens after? The shine of their face just stops suddenly and it gets expired and there is some bitter expression suddenly in the face." And she did like, "Hey." It just burned out. And then she says, "And the other thing is, I woken up and my husband, he got old suddenly. He's not able to do nothing, even pack the things. We have to rent people, I did and that. She tried to turn it into the joke. I woken up and he was suddenly old. I don't know where the time went." And she looked at her and then she tried again to light up her soul. She was like, "But we bought it for cash." And again it burned out. "We bought it for cash, we're moving." But she was like, "Why the magic doesn't work? We make a lot of money. It's an American dream." But it light up and then burn off, turn off, light up, turn off. You see, light up, burn out. Then she take the fucking food and the owner told her, "You wanna sit here?" Or, No, we're rushing. Everybody rushing in US. And she left. And I look at the owner wives drinking my coffee and I said, "You see, maybe it's great to buy a condo for cash, but you're never so much rich to buy the time in life, the currency of time. Currency of the life is a time, you see. Sometimes you don't take all your millions down the drain, you know, to your coffin." And she obviously was thinking about the same thing like me, but she didn't say it, and we get connected mentally. And she looked at me and the smile on her face, she was like, "You alright?" But I asked her, "You see, that's how you live here." And she was, "Yeah." And the bottom line is that the woman with the condo, she was unhappy. She was old, you know. Her husband was 80 years old, she was 60. Whole life drained down the garbage. And she couldn't figure out why she is not happy. She was not happy. Nobody is happy in USA. She didn't get it. She didn't never ever light up her spirit, you understand me? She wasted the whole her life chasing the illusion, the chimera of American dream. The American dream is a chimera, it's a nightmare. Every dream you make it true dies in moment you make it true. Some of them turn in nightmare, some of them are chimeras. You see, she was feeding her fucking soul by this vicious cycle of as much money as I get, as much happy I am. Then she achieved it, and what came? Paralysis. You see? Here comes the fucking vicious poison which spread all over her soul. And she got it. She says, "Where did I make mistake? Our politicians lied to us. Everybody lied to us. I'm not happy. My husband is 8 years old. We got condos. We have 3-4 condos. We're moving in the new condo. But I am not happy." And she was like, "How comes?" But that's what Americans do. They have to say like, hey, you see, I made so much money. They are all scammers. First of all of them are poor, but everything is fake it until you make it. With this difference that in America, nobody make it. They all fake. They so say fake. Their money are fake. They even don't have this money, but they always chasing the illusion. You know, the lack of the happiness in their life was substituted by fake goal, getting rich. And since they never understood what is happiness, they believe once they become rich, the happiness will arrive. And the fragment which become rich are even more unhappy because the happiness didn't come, and they find out it was a bitter lie. And the other ones, they always unhappy because they believe they never become rich, so they cannot be happy. So both groups, the one person who made it up and 99 who never get rich, are all unhappy, 100%. And a guy like me was sitting there and trying to talk to these people and say, hey, listen, maybe it's not about your condos, money. Maybe it's about a life, about time, about relationships, because you got a fucking great studies here. You are best at everything in America. It's a cradle of the best and the worst, I would say, as Leonard Cohen says. Now let me ask you a question. Did you heard about the so-called Harvard study, the longest study ever on human behavior? They took 1,000 people from 1930s from Boston, from different social, scales of society, cleaners, whatever, from working class, upper class. It was anonymous, and the study involved one American president, and it's the longest study ever. Only 30% of the participants are alive because it started in 1930s, and they observed all these people from babies up to now. And some of them achieved great success in their life. One of them was president, USA. Some of them were judges, businessmen, whatever, lawyers. Some of them were just plumbers or homeless or whatever, or normal people, working class. And they find out that around 20% of people were really happy. It was study on human behaving, longest one, running until now. They asked them different questions, everything. They were full, and they asked them, what is happiness? I will not thrill you a long time. The one who were happy said that we had a good quality relationship, long one, with our partners, with our wives, or with our friends. The relationships was happiness. And they have this great study. You can watch this video on TEDx, you can Google it out, you can YouTube it out. But it's useless, you see. The knowledge in USA throw into the garbage. These people, get the best scientists ever. They pay them, they even got it that the science is important, but they don't mind the results. You see, the Americans are the most stupid people ever, most unhappy, most self-destructive. USA is not falling apart because it has some economical problems. USA is not a country, it's a business. In business, you cannot live. It has no culture, it has no music, it has no history, it has no feeling, it has no authentic emotion. It's just a corporation. You cannot live in corporation, you need to live in the country with the national anthem, with the flag, with the history, with the feeling, with the emotional body, with some construction. USA is just a liquid times, as Bauman would say. It's all liquid. It's melting like a fucking shit. It looks like one of the best fucking ice cream, but it's scam. USA is a scam. That's the word. It's a scam of scams where everybody pretends is an evil country. You see, and it's only good for one thing: to go there, try to live there, to realize what is happiness. Just the opposite, do everything opposite is 180 degrees, like in USA and in Europe, and you will be happy. That's the secret of the happiness, as easy as it is. You see, these people are not free. They dying alive, You live in the third world 40 years, free, you happy. Then you die. You live 100 years in fucking USA, you vegan and macrobiotic motherfucker, or whatever, you get a fucking condos for $5 million. You dying every single hour of your life, every minute, every second you dying. You're dying by paralysis. Paralysis of kitsch. Kitsch is not only aesthetical disease, it's as well emotional one. You're dying by emotional paralysis. Depression. That's why so many people doing drugs, alcohol, and they are fucked. That's all what I wanted to tell you, my friend. Search the happiness, get out of the fear, go to the places where people alive. Run away from this fucking artificial, disgusting, online motherfucking countries where people don't look each other into the eyes, where they have burnout souls and hearts and paralyzed brains by fear and chemical shits. Run and run for your life, my friend. For authenticity, you understand me? Because once you lose the connection with your true yourself, with your authenticity, once you forget your natural behaving, you're dead. You see? Mentally, financially, spiritually, you're dead. You are just a caricature of a human being. You are a cockroach. Arrogant, narcissistic American cockroach. You don't need to destroy 1.world or USA. It will destroy itself. You know this motherfucking Hippocratic cunt Jefferson? You know? Saying the beautiful words and the rebels follow him into the war to free the fucking... He was a hypocrite who let his children live in the slavery, right? Saying some beautiful words to get inspired by rebels to fight, you know, for the freedom. Then this British fucking snob sick of paying taxes, this Brits, that was the only reason why he started the war. He pulled up her fucking slave girl by the fireplace, fucked her, sipped the fucking expensive British wine, and that's it. You wanna tell me America is a community? No. America is a business, it's not a country, it's a business, you see. And all the politicians from the history, founders until now, are psychopaths, sociopaths, they are fake. As the country where the only country where they finance by government automatic weapons, giving them to fucking kids to killing each other. It's an evil country, you hear me? And these people from Latin America coming there and taking over. It's the only way how to save USA is Latino-Americanize it, you see? I wish Donald Trump death, you see? Death. It's the same I wish to the fucking Biden. He's the same monster, same garbage, you see. To all fucking Americans who support the existence of the American motherfucking republic or whatever fucking it is. You cocksuckers. You fucking poisonous cocksuckers who put in your fucking nose everywhere, you know. You bring your fucking democracy on punks everywhere. You put in your nose telling people what to do, huh? Inventing fucking waterboarding, you cocks. You evil. You see, you same garbage like the Russians. You even worse. Because Putin don't pretend he's a garbage, you see? He just said, I'm a garbage, you know, I'm torturing people, it's a dictatorship in China. But Americans, they tell you they live in free life. Yeah, you live in free. Oh, service is fucking with you. I never seen such a bad services like in USA. It's not even level of kind of a hidden charges. It's a level of bold lies in your face. Like, hey, this product is for free, you can buy this fucking package, paying your fucking, you know, your package, your plan for phone, we will not charge you nothing. And then they tell you, you ask them, are you sure nothing? They say nothing. I'm sure, I swear. And then comes the bill, they charge you. It's a country of lies. It's the country of scams. But the problem is that the American owners don't want you to know. They have stupid school system. The 20 people who own USA purchase the fucking media, they purchase land, they purchase school system, they purchase politicians, they corrupted judges, everything, you see. And they always keep the fucking carrot ahead of a fucking donkey and they say, hey, come, you will be happy, $1 more. Yeah. Fuck you. You know, it's a country where corporations increasing prices of the food, where corporations fucking with you on the macroeconomical level. When the psychopath goes with the knife and he stabs people on the street, it's on microeconomical level. But put the psychopath on macroeconomical level, you got a USA, you got a corporation of criminality. we charging to the citizens the criminal charges for incredibly non-functioning fucking services, and you can do nothing like an individual because they hold you by nuts. Oligarchs, forget the politicians, they're just puppets of these oligarchs. It's the most oligarchic country, USA. It's more oligarchic than Russia, you see. It's an oligarchic mafia state, but it pretends it's a democracy. And as we know, as we quoting Hannah Arendt, we know that facing the perplexity of the evil, we probably find out in banality of the evil that it's not the criminal who is the pure evil. No, like a Eichmann. It's a hypocrite. That's the pure evil. American presidents, Trump, Biden, all of them, Obama, hypocrites, evil. American people, hypocrites. Politicians, senators, all that crap, all that shit, they always, they always repeating, brainwashing that crap, like, hey, almighty God, all that crap. That's a fucking hypocrisy, it's a lie. When they ask you how you doing, what you do, I will help you, it's all hypocrisy. They're not human beings, they're robots. You see, they lost it. They're not alive, they're dead, in the fucking motherfucking, disgusting clinical chemical fucking hospitals. They burned on the fucking running bell like a robot, like a cockroaches, you see. They hatched like a cockroaches. Oh my God, cease to exist in the dust of the drug war and all that fucking crap, all this spiritual famine, you see. Oh my God, it's a terrible country, paralyzed, spiritually, culturally paralyzed. Only how we can defeat this nihilism and this evil is to destroy America, totally destroy, you hear me? But not by violence, but let it destroy itself. The biggest evil in the world is, and the biggest tragedy, that this most disgusting country ever in the solar system is set as example for other countries, as a symbol of democracy, truth and justice. That's the most absurd thing in this fucking planet. I wish somebody throw fucking acid into the Elon Musk face and all that cocksuckers like Zuckerberg. They all same, doesn't matter left or right. Somebody should go to Davos, and blow that fucking shit off with a fucking couple of tons of Semtex. That's what we should do. We should go into the streets. But we know that the real revolution will never happen physically. It's gonna happen in your hearts and in your fucking minds. Yeah. Or you finish like a Robespierre. Who was the last guy who finished on the head razor, as the English call it? It was a Robespierre, the guy who started up. Revolution always eats its own children. Beautiful moment, enlightenment. Connection with your roots. True authenticity. Lost in Caribbean. Country number 1 out of all 13 independent Caribbean countries. Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo.